you do anything with any actors or anything?
Yes. So one of the first films I did was a movie called Idiocracy, which is it's a classic nowadays. Celebrities I've worked with in the acting world was Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
Yeah, I was blessed with Jamie Foxx.
Man, Jamie's huge, man.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx, Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
Was extremely blessed, and I believe 15 years ago when I met a young cat by the name of Nick Cannon.
Okay.
And that's when my career kind of catapulted.
And we want to welcome you back to the one, the only Black Professional Dads Podcast. And just to circle back, we got my man here, D'Angelo Trent, and we were just getting ready to get into the climax of his professional journey and where he really was able to elevate. So let's get back into that, man.
Okay.
So who were you blessed with coming in contact with? How did everything transpire?
I'll go back even further.
Okay.
So
take us back. Go ahead.
yeah, okay, because I have to give all
credit that's due, right?
Credit goes to God because it was so unplanned and so unorthodox the way it happened. When I was first making these shirts, I was making them out of my garage.
Okay.
And back then, I called a guy. I believe I was a recycler.
Okay.
And I was just like, I need help to make this shirt. And I went in there, and I'm full of ink, and I'm in the garage, staying up all night. I don't know what I'm doing. And then, so I kept calling him for jobs, and he kept seeing who I was working with. Jewish man, about 60 years old.
Okay.
And he calls me in one day, and he goes, "Do you know what a broker is?" And I was like, "No." And he goes, "There's no reason you should be in the garage working all night long. You should be out there talking."
Right.
So at that point, I became, instead of a laborer, I became a broker. And that's when I learned the business.
Right.
So
Once you became a broker, was it tough at first? How was the transition? You know, psychologically, were you like, man, I don't know if this is something I could do full time? Give me that whole thing.
I went fast because that was the part. That's what I wanted to do.
That was the organic.
Yes,
part?
and I didn't know it at the time, but he, being an older gentleman, he kind of pushed me. And back then, I was working with a guy from high school. His name is Tony Tovin.
Okay.
And he was a married man. He made so much money during the day doing litho printing,
right,
that his family thought it didn't make sense for us to be in the garage playing around with shirts.
Got you.
So she's like, focus.
Right.
So at that point, the transition kind of worked.
So, and just to make sure that I'm on the same page, litho like lithograph.
Yeah. So he was very successful. That's what his father did. And then, so I needed a place to print, and so it all worked. It all worked out perfect.
Nice.
Again, so now I'm brokering. Now I'm talking, and I'm talking.
Now, let me just stop you there for a second. At this time, was there social media yet or no?
Street teams.
Okay, so at this time, you guys, look, word of mouth, huge, man.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't network like you could today. You couldn't just click a button and hit millions of people. No. Go ahead, brother.
So what at that point, what I've learned from working in the business for so long was every time someone dropped an album, they would print 3,500 shirts, and they would give them to a street team to go out and promote the album.
Right.
So once I figured that out, I went to all the record labels, and I was just like, do you have an album coming out? This is what I've done before. Right. This is who I work with. And I
can make sure you have enough shirts by this date.
Yeah, exactly.
Blah, blah, blah.
So at that point, I was working with Nate Dogg and the Comrades. And so every time I go in the office, I was able to show I'm in this game. I'm already doing it. Let me do your artist.
Right. Yeah, so you start brokering.
I start brokering. I'm killing it.
You really start marketing record labels and hip hop. And you get into that.
Yeah. At that point, I dropped my line.
Okay.
Because I figured out a way to make money without spending my own money and hoping I got it back.
And then you didn't have to create as much as well, right?
Yeah.
And the money was coming in.
Yes.
So everything sounds like it's going great, and then you meet Nick Cannon. How did that happen?
Same place. The place is called The Wizard.
Okay.
The gentleman, his name was The Wizard.
Okay.
So we had this place in Hollywood on Sunset Boulevard. And this is what I first learned what a stylist was, and what I learned what wardrobe department was, and what I learned what costume designing was. Okay. We had this shop in Hollywood,
Yeah, please educate me because
Yeah.
I'm not even hip. I'm not even privy. So I'm gonna learn something new today as well. You know what I'm saying? Go to put me up on game.
Yeah,
You know
yeah. So
what I mean?
the way it worked is we had a shop on Sunset where we had a wall and a whole store full of blank items.
Okay.
Aprons, visors, chef coats, jackets,
Wow.
T-shirts.
Now, all soft goods, or did you guys have like cups and stuff
No,
like
no,
that?
all soft goods. Because
Okay.
the only people that would walk into that shop was stylists.
Got you.
So if
Got you.
I'll give an example, if the Gilmore Girls says their director says we need to have a hot dog stand tomorrow,
Right.
the stylist will come to our shop. We put hot dogs on a visor, on a vest, on an apron, and we
Right.
would create this faux hot dog stand.
Got you.
Yeah,
Got you.
we
That's
were
awesome.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that was our niche in Hollywood at that time. No one had ever done it before,
Okay.
except for the Wizard. And I was his right hand man. He took me under his wing. And
How much did you learn from him?
Too much.
That's what's up.
Not even too much. It was
what's up,
perfect.
man.
It was perfect.
That's
Yeah,
what's up, man.
it was like a 4-year degree. Yeah, yeah.
In how much time?
I was there. I was there for about 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I was there for
what's
6
up,
years under his wing. So I'll tell you how that changed.
Okay.
When people would walk in to the shop, he would pitch me to the stylist,
Gotcha.
and he would say, "If you ever need help," he didn't want to hort me to his shop. He
Right.
would always say, "Take him with you."
Right.
And then one time I got this call. I believe we pulled something off crazy for a show called Wild 'N Out. We pulled it off like fast, and then a month later, a young lady by the name of Katja Cahill, she was the first person to bring me under her wing
Okay.
as a costume designer and wardrobe department. And
So how was it? So let me just ask you this.
Yes.
Your first day on the job. What was that like, man? What was that?
it
like,
was
brother? Is it something you ever gonna forget?
No, man, because I thought here's the crazy part, and I don't want to go too ahead, but
Right.
here's the crazy part. The first time I met Nick, and I don't want to say this wrong, but I remember me getting there, and I introduced myself, and I'm excited,
Right.
And he goes, "Oh, you got yourself a good job." And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "What are you gonna do now?" I said, wait, and I didn't know what he meant.
Right.
And he goes, "What are you going to do to create residual income?" And
Really? Right out the gate?
Right off the gate. I don't know why he told me this. And it was so foggy, but I remember asking him, "What is residual income?" And he says, "When you go to your mailbox and you're shocked by what's in there."
Right.
And that's
Check.
that's the part I remembered.
Yeah.
Right? So
The wonderful world of syndication, folks. If you didn't know. Whenever they play something that has you on it, you get a check in the mail.
yeah, and
It's
I
a
never
beautiful thing. Yeah, the
So,
back
yeah.
end is what you hear it all the
Back
times in rap. That's part of that back end.
Yeah. So that was mind you, this so I'm on the show, and the reason why I got on the show was because of my screen printing skills.
Okay.
So if anyone's ever watched the show Wild 'N Out, whenever Snoop, whenever T.I., whenever Cat Williams, whenever someone would show up on the show,
Right.
the guest, their name was on the back of their shirt.
Yes.
So I was on the set with a machine putting their names. I had a whole
Oh wow.
I had a
That's
whole
dope.
tray full of letters.
That's dope.
And I would put whoever showed
That
up on the
is
show.
dope.
Yeah.
That is dope.
So the wardrobe person didn't have to come back to the shop and make that shirt.
Right, it was already there on site.
We're in full bold production on set, and that's how I got.
And it
to
was
me.
like right now, and
it was and that's where I learned work ethics.
Okay.
Watching Nick, because
Right.
well, a lot of people
Yeah, they say he's different when it comes to his businesses and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay. He's
A lot
got
of
he got a different motor.
he's got a different motor, man. What a lot of people didn't know at the time was we were producing seasons in 3 weeks. Yeah,
With all that content, and
Yeah.
all the content was fresh,
yeah,
new,
yep.
exciting.
Yeah.
That's remarkable, man.
Yeah.
That's remarkable.
So if anybody wants to be a stylist out there and you want to be in entertainment, you get paid a day rate.
Right.
It's
Right.
so
Right.
you commit a day to that job.
Right. Right. Now, when you get that day rate, do they also give you like a per diem along with that, or you just get that day rate? It's a flat fee and that's it.
It's a day rate. It's a flat fee. It's
They don't take care of mileage or any of that stuff. It's literally once you show up on.
Well, they do, and that's up to the stylist who hires you.
Got you.
Yeah.
You.
So,
Okay.
but you don't pay for food. You're there all day.
There's always food and drinks on set.
Just get there, knock it out. But literally, we were filming an episode on. I think we were on Melrose. Was it Melrose? I'll get back to you. I'll tell you where we was at. But it was we were filming an episode,
right?
And then right after the episode ended, there'll be a line outside the door of audience people to come in and film another episode.
Wow!
So we were filming 2 episodes a day.
So with the celebrities that were on the show, they would just be in the back chilling, waiting for the next show to come on, or
yeah, they would go. We would do one show, pack everybody up, boom, redress everybody. Bring another celebrity in and put a whole nother audience in, and we would shoot the second show. So that's how the season went so fast,
so quick.
And then and again that's why I learned that work ethics. Where, even till this day, when I go to a store and I get customer service or something like that, when people say like I can't do it or or it's over there, they'll point or something, like just show. After watching somebody work that hard, it's hard for me to see lazy people.
Got you.
In the world nowadays.
Oh, there's no place for you guys. There's no place for lazy people, man.
Yeah.
I'm serious. That is a wonderful story, man.